Oxygen!
Pollution! When pollution is present in the water, it can take away some of the oxygen, which can be very harmful to our oceans, lakes, and rivers.
Today, we're going to test how much dissolved oxygen is in our river.
Now let's go test the water. Many rivers, just like this one, have oxygen-depleted bottom layers because of the decomposition during the winter. So in the summer, some of the fish will die.
The presence of oxygen in rivers is a good sign. The absence of oxygen is a bad sign, and it's a sign of pollution.
The amount of organisms that can live here in the water is dependent on the amount of oxygen.
This depletion of oxygen results in the death of plants in the river. This is a bad thing because plants are the ones that produce oxygen through photosynthesis.
To start your test, you're going to take this bottle, take off the little glass cap, put it right under the surface of the water. Make sure you turn it around like this underneath the water to get all that oxygen out, because you don't want any extra oxygen there. It'll mess up the test. Make sure you turn it around so you make sure there's really no oxygen in there. That's the most important part, to make sure there's no bubbles. In step 1 in your handy dandy directions notebook, it talks about getting the water. We already did that. Remove the stopper. Make sure you get all of the water in so there's no air bubbles later. Get every drop in the bottle and set that aside. After that, take 1 packet of the dissolved oxygen 1 Vrigan powder pillows and add that to your mixture. After the dissolved oxygen 1 powder sack, you're going to add the dissolved oxygen 2 powder sack. When you're done adding those two, you're going to put your stopper back on. Make sure all of the stuff from the sack is really in there, so you gotta go like this to make sure there's no powder left over, then it's all in the water. And then mix.
A flocculent precipitate will form. A brownish-orange precipitate will form, indicating oxygen is present. Wait approximately 4 to 5 minutes so the flock will settle about halfway to this line. Flock will slowly settle if high concentrations of chloride are present.
Once settled, invert the bottle again to mix. Once settled again, remove the stopper and add 1 dissolved oxygen 3 Regent powder pillow. Once again, put the stopper on and invert the bottle a couple times. Flock will dissolve and turn the sample yellow if oxygen is present.
Add 1 full tube of this into the square bottle. Add the sodium thiosulfite standard solution, stabilize, drop by drop into here. Make sure you swirl it around
Until the mixture turns clear.
We're at 4, 5, 6. Looks like 6 is the magic number. Now we're going to figure out what that means.
Okay, start again.
When we took our test, the water temperature was 16 degrees, and the amount of titration we had was 6 drops. So we draw a line from the water temperature to the drops to figure out the percent saturation. We see the percent saturation is approximately 60.
Thanks for helping us test the water.